Marshall Crenshaw here, that's me, and welcome to what I will go ahead and call a special edition of the Bottomless Pit on WFUV. Thanks to Vince Gelza, the great Vince Gelza, for the handoff, the segue, the shout out, etc. I'm glad to be here tonight. Thanks for joining me. In the background right now, we're hearing some Detroit techno music, and this is a piece called The Final Frontier by Underground Resistance. According to the interwebs, this track was one of the last recordings made at a legendary Detroit recording studio called United Sound Systems, just before the place shut its doors in 1990. Right at that moment, United Sound Systems was owned by record producer Don Davis. He made a ton of hit records, made so much money making hit records that he decided to buy a bank and become a banker. And then one day in 1990, he went over there himself, or sent somebody over there. The lights were shut off, the doors were locked, whatever gear or whatever else was left inside, and United Sound Systems was left in the hands of the elements. Sadly, it's a pretty common Detroit story. It's actually an understatement to say that United Sound Systems had a long, deep, and illustrious history. I could just sit here for the hour and name off remarkable records that were made there. I could do 3 months worth of Bottomless Pit shows with just records that were recorded at United Sound Systems that I happen to know and love. It was back in 1933 when the studio was first established in Detroit by a man named James Syracuse, Siracuse. Then about 10 years later, he moved the studio to its present location at 5840 2nd Avenue in Detroit. And when I say present location, there's actually some good news in the story. I say that guardedly, but back about 2004-2005, three partners acquired the property from the city of Detroit and attempted to reestablish United Sound Systems as a recording studio. But that happened to be a time when recording studios were kind of dying rather than being reborn, typically. So that phase of things kind of wound down at United Sound by about 2008, 2009. But now there's a new owner and some new investors, and their idea is to launch United Sound Systems not just as a recording studio, but also as a recording school and as a museum of Detroit music, which is a great idea. But the caveat to all of that is that the building is also at risk of possibly being knocked down as part of a freeway expansion, or B, moved, picked up and moved as part of that freeway expansion. And then there's also C, the chance that they're just going to leave it alone and let it go forward. That would be great. I'm going to be in Detroit pretty soon. I plan on stopping in to see what's happening at United Sound Systems. More about that later on. Right now, let's enjoy a couple of records that were recorded at United Sound Systems in Detroit back in 1948. And, it's not just me saying this. These records are widely acknowledged to have kind of influenced the future course of popular music when they came out. They really are mind blowers. These are the first records by John Lee Hooker, produced by label owner Bernie Bessman, and he got really creative with the recording process. He recorded John Lee playing solo, just John Lee and his guitar and voice, but then Bessman put a microphone down by the floor so you could hear John Lee stomping his feet. He ran the sound of John Lee's guitar through a kind of an echo chamber made from a toilet and cranked up all the levels. And the rest is history. And it sounds like this.
Oh, feels so good. I'm gonna boogie. I'm gonna boogie. I'm gonna boogie. Boogie just the same. Well, mama likes to boogie. Papa likes to boogie. Everybody, children likes to boogie. Boogie, I'm gonna boogie. I'm gonna do the boogie, 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 boogie all night long. Last night I was laying down. I hear mama tell papa, that boy love the boogie woogie. And I hear papa tell mama, let him boogie. Oh, I feel so good. I'm gonna boogie. I'm gonna boogie. I'm gonna boogie. Boogie just the same. Oh, I like the boogie, man. So good. I'm gonna boogie. I'm gonna boogie. I'm gonna boogie. Boogie just the same. She didn't allow me just to stay out all night long. Oh Lord, well my mama didn't allow me just to stay out all night long. I didn't care what she didn't allow. I was boogie boogie in a house. When I first come to town, people, I was walking down Hastings Street. I heard everybody talking about the Henry Swain Club. I decided I'd drop in there that night. And when I got there, I said, yes, people, yes, they were really having a ball. Yes, I know. Boogie, children. One night I was laying down I heard Mom and Papa talking. I heard Papa tell Mama to let that boy boogie woogie, 'cause it's in him and it got to come out. Well, I felt so good, and I went on boogie wooging just the same. Yes.
I'll tell you, if I didn't have so much else to get to, I would play at least a couple more of those early John Lee Hooker records. I love that stuff. We just heard the first one, John Lee Hooker's first record, called Boogie Chillin'. That's how it's spelled on the label, CHILLEN. That was a #1 R&B record and a million seller back in 1948, and of course it's still selling. Before that, we heard one of the many sound-alike follow-ups to Boogie Chillin'. That was one called Gonna Boogie or Gotta Boogie. I've seen it both ways over the years. They're all great, I'll tell you that. Right now, let's jump over to the other side of town. We're going to hear a record that's been a favorite of mine ever since I first bought a copy about 20 years ago at this place in Nashville called The Great Escape. I've loved this record ever since I first heard it, but I did not know until about a month ago that it was recorded in Detroit at United Sound Systems. I never would have guessed that for some reason. This record is about as hillbilly music can get. There's none more hillbilly than this one by the great Jimmy Work.
Now when you arrive in your limousine with white wall tires and a two-tone green, don't knock, just come on in. Now I'll be ready as quick as I can. We'll go to town sifting sand. Don't knock, just come on in. Sit right down and make yourself at home. No need to bother, keep your hat and coat on. I'll shine my shoes while you powder your nose. And we'll go down where the sea breeze blows. Don't knock, just come on in. To go, just call on me. Don't knock, just come on in. Now I'll loan you my last dime. You can pay me back any time. Don't knock, just come on in. But if you're in a hurry, blow your horn. I'll be ready, sure as you're born. And we'll go down where they play that corn. And we'll both kick up a storm. Don't knock, just come on in.
Fantastic. God Bless America. That's Don't Knock, Just Come On In by Jimmy Work. Now, all through the late 1940s into the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, United Sound Systems thrived. It changed ownership a couple times, but carried on. Once upon a time, there was a ton of advertising work in Detroit, mostly, but not entirely due to the auto industry. All the big New York agencies had offices in Detroit. Detroit had a couple agencies of its own, too. So a lot of United Sound Systems business over the years came from the advertising world. There was also, after World War II, kind of a burgeoning filmmaking situation in Detroit. There was this big company in particular that I remember called Jam Handy Productions. Jam Handy was a person's name. They made training films and industrial films and educational films. All through my school years, I used to see, these films in class with the Jam Handy logo at the end. And of course, there was lots of record making in Detroit. In other words, United Sound Systems was in the middle of this big mix of stuff that was going on in Detroit for a lot of years. Occasionally, touring national acts that were passing through Detroit would book recording sessions at United Sound Systems. And we're going to hear a couple of those right now, starting out with these fellas who called themselves the Charlie Parker Quintet.
My baby's gone, and I believe she's gonna stay. My baby's gone, and I believe she's gonna stay. I hate to lose my woman, and I think of her every day. She's at home with the mother, but my baby's on my mind. She's at home with the mother, but my baby's on my mind. Every time I think about my baby, well, I just can't keep from crying. She's been gone for 4 weeks today in some town in Tennessee. I wish there was some way, baby, I could get you back to me. Well, I guess it's no use to worry. She knows just what she wanna do. Well, it's no use to worry. She knows what she wanna do. So be careful, fellas. Same thing could happen to you.
The father of electric blues guitar right there, the great T-Bone Walker, recorded at United Sound Systems in Detroit on October 21st, 1953, about 3 weeks before I was born, as a matter of fact. And that's a tune called My Baby Is Now on My Mind. Before that, we heard Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, Max Roach, Duke Jordan, Tommy Potter, recorded on December 21st, 1947 at United Sound Systems, and that was a tune called Another Hairdo. I really like that one. Now to close out part one of tonight's Bottomless Pit with Marshall Crenshaw. On WFUV, we're going to hear one of the last, not the last, but one of the last smash hits out of United Sound Systems. We're going to jump forward from Charlie Parker, jump forward about 4 decades, that is, and hear something by one of the greatest and certainly one of the most prolific record producers ever, George Clinton. He just kind of moved into United Sound during the 70s and 80s and set up camp. And it sounds like this.
This is a story of famous dog. For the dog that chases its tail will be busy. These are clapping dogs, rhythmic dogs, harmonic dogs, house dogs, street dogs, dogs of the world unite, dancing dogs. Yeah, counting dogs, funky dogs. Nasty dogs. Atomic dogs. Atomic dogs. And light on the floors when they're out there walking the street. They compete. Other dogs. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Bow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Bow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Untied dog. Telematic society ain't your average. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? The dog in me. Can't be nothing but a dog, yeah. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but a dog in me. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. Why must I feel like that? Why must I? Do the dog catch it, dog catch it, do the dog catch it, do the dog catch it, dog catch it, do the dog catch it, dog catch it, baby, do the dog catch it. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me.
You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Oh, they won't will when you pour on milk. Oh, they won't bunch when they are crunch. They're double toasted, double crisp and good. General Mills makes them just the way they should. You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. From fields of corn, so majestically waving that they won't will when you pour on milk. Double toasted cornflakes made with rice. So buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Please buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. They're made from corn.
Oh, my wonderful one, how I adore you through the day and the night. I'm longing for you. Won't you tell me you care? How I implore you, while the stars above shine, a new world I'll find if you tell me you're mine. Oh, I've wanted to tell you, my dear, just what I feel in my heart. Per un bacio d'amore, oh bella bruna, ti darò tutto il cuore. Al chiar di luna, un tuo bacio d'amore. Oh, che fortuna, voglio dirtelo ancora, ti darò tutto il cuore per un bacio d'amore. Oh, my wonderful one, how I adore you through the day and the night. I'm longing for you. Won't you tell me you care? How I implore you, while the stars above shine, a new world I'll find if you tell me you're mine. If you tell me you're mine.
Bravo! Welcome back to the Bottomless Pit with Marshall Crenshaw on WFUV. We're into part 2 now of tonight's salute to United Sound Systems, Detroit recording studio with a vast and significant legacy and hopefully some kind of decent future. I really hope for that. That was a Detroit vocal trio just then called the Gaylords with their first record, and a million seller too, back in 1953. Again, the year of my birth. That was one called Tell Me You're Mine. And speaking of early 50s, kind of mainstream pop, I think most everybody who might listen to this show has heard of Johnny Ray. He really shook up the nation back in the early 50s with his kind of bombastic and otherworldly stage manner and song stylings. Johnny Ray got his start in Detroit. Made a record there called Whiskey and Gin. That was his first hit. I was leaning towards playing it on the show tonight, but the problem is I can't stand to hear it. I'm not a Johnny Ray fan. But anyway, those were two big milestones for United Sound Systems back in the early 50s pop era. And now we're going to jump forward about a decade and a half, hear a record by a Detroit rock group that did all of their early sessions at United Sound Systems, if I'm not mistaken. And this record that we're going to hear is from their very last session there. The boys decided to do this session under the influence of LSD, or wait, maybe it was just the group's manager that decided to go that way. I'm not sure. But anyway, the story goes that the manager-producer kept harassing the engineer to turn everything up louder, 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 until finally the engineer, a guy named Danny Dallas, by the way, just pushed all the faders up on the board as far as they would go, walked over to the tape machines, turned the input levels up all the way, and then just kind of walked away. And at that point, the manager-producer of the group said, "Perfect, that's it." And off they went. Let's enjoy this one now, this beloved and great rock and roll record by the MC5.
When it happened, something snapped inside, made me want to hide. All alone on my own, all alone on my own. Hey, I stood up on the stand with my eyes shut tight. Didn't want to see anybody. Feeling happy, having a good time now, yeah. Doing alright, doing alright. Doing alright, doing alright. Hey! Looking at you, looking at you, looking at you, looking at
A couple of Detroit area rock groups right there. That was the Rationals with their local and regional mega hit version of Respect, preceded by Looking at You by the MC5. Now, most people, when they think of recording studios in Detroit, they naturally think first of Motown and Hitsville, USA. Like Hitsville, USA, United Sound Systems was/is built inside of the shell of a large house. The two places have that in common, And here's another thing. Berry Gordy Jr. got the money to start Motown Records, to start his empire, and to buy the house that became Hitsville, USA, with the royalties from a record that he produced at United Sound Systems, one called Come to Me by Marv Johnson. We're going to hear the follow-up to Come to Me, also recorded at United Sound Systems. This one was an even bigger hit than Come to Me, and I like it better too. See if you know this one, and it goes like this.
But baby, you got what it takes to satisfy. You got what it takes to set my soul on fire. Whoa, oh yeah, you got what it takes for me. Now you don't live in a beautiful place. You don't dress with the best of taste. And nature didn't give you such a beautiful face. But baby, you got what it takes to satisfy. You got what it takes to set my soul on fire. Whoa, 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 oh yeah. You got what it takes for me. Now when you're near me, ooh-wee, my head goes around and around. And when you kiss me, oh yeah, my love comes tumbling down. You send me, you don't live in a beautiful place. You don't dress with the best of taste. And nature didn't give you such a beautiful face. But baby, you got what it takes to satisfy. You got what it takes to set my soul on fire. Whoa, and whoa, whoa, you got what it takes for me. Now when you're near me, little girl, my head goes around and around. And when you kiss me, oh yeah, my love comes tumbling down. You send me, you don't live in a beautiful place. You don't dress with the best of taste. And nature didn't give you such a beautiful face. But baby, you got what it takes to satisfy. You got what it takes to set my soul on fire. Whoa, oh yeah, you got what it takes for me. Oh yeah, you got what it takes. Don't need no money, baby, you don't need no car. Come on, you know you got what it takes for me, little girl. You got what it takes for me. Yes, baby, you got.
A little bit of Motown prehistory there with the great Marv Johnson on WFUV. So now let's deal with the Don Davis era at United Sound Systems. Don Davis got his start in the music business in Detroit as a session guitar player, and I guess he produced some stuff for some local labels too, but I don't know anything about those records. The first record of his that I know of was also his first monster smash mega hit, and that was Who's Making Love by Johnny Taylor, recorded in Memphis for Stax Records. But then for most, if not all, of his subsequent Stax sessions, he worked at United Sound Systems in Detroit, and then finally bought the place in 1971. He owned and operated it successfully for close to 20 years. Let's go out of part 2 right now with the biggest hit single that ever came out of United Sound Systems. And this is a Don Davis production again with Johnny Taylor singing. And it's a great big 1970s anthem. I always liked it, actually. And it has Bernie Worrell on keyboards, Bootsy Collins on bass, I think Dennis Coffey on guitar, and it sounds just like this.
Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it around, disco lady. Move it in, move it out, move it in, rock about, disco lady. Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it around, disco lady. Well, yeah, sexy lady. Said I like the way you do your thing. Lord, I miss you, girl. You dance so fine, and you're right on time. Girl, you ought to be on TV, on Soul Train. When you get to groove, there ain't no stopping. Just can't help it, but I'm finger popping. Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it around, just go.
Shake your thing. One time. Shake it, baby, shake it. Baby, shake your thing.
You got me groove. I feel like moving. You got me moving. Can't sit still and grooving. I like that funky stuff. Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it around. Just go let it. Move it in, move it out, shove it in, round and round, disco lady. Have sex, lady. Girl, you drive me crazy. You dance so fine, and you're right on time. Girl, you're driving me out of my mind. Yeah. If it wasn't for the girls sitting next to me, I'd jump right out of my seat, you see. You've got me hypnotized, so mesmerized. Girl, you're moving me. Girl, you're grooving me. Shake it, shake it. Why don't you shake it up, shake it. Shake it on down. Move it out, shake it. Down to the ground.
Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it around, just go let it.
Move it in, move it out, shove it in, shove it out. It's cold. Hey, you got me so sad.
7.
Good air, the spray with the delicate airs, fights unpleasant household odors, clears your house up, odoroses. Good air, the spray with the delicate air. Get good good air to spray odorosis away. Get good air, good air, good air to spray with the delicate air.
All this time I couldn't shake your memory, and I never knew the sweetest love was the thirst. So what am I supposed to do about this curse? Oh, baby, I've got you to blame, and I'm calling out your name. Oh, he was so fine, Jimmy Lee. Oh, he was so fine, Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee. Find me rushing off to school every morning. Never had a care. Acting crazy, always laughing without warning. 'Cause I knew you need me when I got there. Stealing kisses in the hallway for the first bell. You smell so fine. The way you touched me, well, I guess you knew me so well. You held the number to my hotline. Baby, he knew his stuff. What just between you and me? Baby, you were in love. He was the first one. Baby, we see enough. He stole my heart and he ran like a bandit. I don't understand it. Jimmy Lee, this one's for me, and I'll always remember. History
Welcome back to the Bottomless Pit. Let's get into part 3. Up until now, I hadn't played any records by any female artists. I thought I'd deal with that in a significant way and play an Aretha Franklin record. One that I still like a lot. I still have my 45 of Jimmy Lee from back in 1986. That record was at least partially recorded at legendary Detroit studio, United Sound Systems. I'm paying tribute tonight to the studio, and let me tell you why. I said during part 1 that I'd be in Detroit pretty soon. I'll be there on April 25th to get a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Detroit Music Awards. I'm utterly delighted about it. I've been thinking about it a lot, and, you know, in the midst of all that, I got the idea to do tonight's show, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Now, this documentary that came out back in 2012 called A Band Called Death is one that I haven't seen yet, but it's on my list of things to do. I have a long list of things to do. I want to see this movie. I've heard the music. Maybe you've heard of these guys. They've been getting a lot of overdue recognition and well-deserved praise within the last few years. Death, the band, was 3 brothers, preacher's sons from Detroit, Michigan, Bobby, David, and Dennis Hackney. They got together and made some recordings back in 1974 that were so, utterly ahead of their time that people simply could not wrap their minds around these guys and what they were doing then, but now the world is caught up to them. One of the people that gets interviewed in the documentary is Don Davis, because yes, in fact, they recorded at United Sound Systems. Their whole catalog of legendary recordings was done there, and I can't really do these guys justice tonight. I only have time for one track, but let's hear it right now. hate to talk over this one, but with another Don Davis produced classic in the background. What You See Is What You Get by the Dramatics. I have to wrap up tonight's Bottomless Pit. Thanks for listening. And as you know, I hope Kara Manning is up next right here on WFUV. So please stay tuned for that, and I'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
If what you're looking for is real loving, then what you see is what you get. Ha! What you see is what you get. Is what you get. What you see is what you get. Is what you get. I said what you see is what you get. Now